You know how Instagram has those interesting sort of filtering kind of effects you can automatically apply to an image? Well, there's a vintage photo effect you can do in Photoshop, and you have a little bit more control over it. Really? Did we ever think of that? Of course. Photoshop is awesome because you have more control. All these automatic things that you can use on apps on your phone are fine, but when you're really trying to be artistic, it's important to have the control over your art. For the vintage photo effect, we are going to we're going to do a couple different things. It's going to go a little crazy in here, okay? This is kind of for you more advanced learners. And again, this is also something that you can kind of apply to any changes or any overlays you do in your image. What we're going to do is we are going to go to our layers box and choose the solid color image, or the solid color image adjustment option. We are going to choose a very specific color. If you didn't already know this, every color on the web, on the computer, whatever, has a certain number to it, and it applies to the whole HTML code and all those sorts of things, the way the computer reads things and all that crazy stuff that we don't really need to know. It just works for us, right? Well, a series of letters and numbers will indicate to the computer what specific color and value and everything that we are seeing on the screen. What we need to type in is FADCAF. Okay, we need to type that right into this number area. And what it gives you is kind of like a peachy tone. Okay, kind of like an unripe cantaloupe, if you would. And what we're going to do is click OK. You're probably like, Mrs. Metropolis is kind of like, what kind of vintage photo effect is this? Like, it's just completely covered. There's nothing there. Don't worry. We've got some blend modes to use and all sorts of crazy new things. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to our blend modes. Blend modes? What is that? Well, blend modes are up in your layers box, and what is awesome about blend modes is it will blend this layer change, okay, this color fill, to the background image. So, if we go up to normal and we choose the blend mode of overlay, there's a lot of different options, okay? Already, now we can see our image. Don't worry, it's not finished yet. We obviously have some issues with some way overexposure here and things like that we can change. But you're going to choose overlay, okay? And this will blend this color fill to this image. Okay, and every image is going to work a little differently. Every blend mode is going to work a little differently with each image. Then we're going to click on our original layer here. And we're going to go to our levels. Okay. And after we click on our levels, we are going to change the channel here to green. Okay. Because there's different channels in RGB, red, green, blue. And we're going to adjust the output levels on the bottom here to our desired effect. Here you know this would add more highlights. And what I do need is I need to bring back some of my shadows. So I'm going to do that here. Okay. And then I'm going to change the channels to blue. Kind of adjust those ones a little bit. Maybe add in some of those details. Maybe wash out some of them, because you know, for vintage. And you adjust it accordingly. Okay? And there we have our vintage photo effect. And again, you could go in and you can kind of, you know, tweak things here and there the way that you want. Obviously, it's really kind of really light here. So we can even go into our levels and continue editing that accordingly in the way that we want. But this will create your vintage photo effect that will give you a little bit more control over your image. So continue to play with these color fills. You can try different colors, different blend modes, different forms of levels to kind of get your own app filter, and you can call it, you know, by your name or whatever you want to do. Okay?